Destination is on your left.
This is MOS Technologies right here. Good morning, Amiga fans. It's Chris. It's Sunday, the, I don't know, something of July. And we're on our way to MOS Technologies and the former Commodore business machines, Wilson Drive, Westchester. Step one, of course, is to fill up the old Kia with some fuel. Currently at $2.46 a gallon. Yay. We are 37 miles. We have about 45 minutes. The speed has slowed down because the interstate has disappeared and we're on a regular highway, US 30 eastbound through Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And yeah, we're still going. So as you can see, it's pretty much farmland everywhere you can see. We have an accident here in the road. A pretty bad accident, actually. Woo, man. Glass everywhere. There's an Amish buggy. So a popular site you'll see in eastern Lancaster County and southern Lancaster County is the Mennonite Amish. And they ride around on horse-drawn carriages. There's one right here. Whole family. Kids hanging out the back window like an old 70s station wagon. As you can tell, traffic is really heavy. So we're on the final turn. This is Boot Road. Our next turn is Wilson Drive, and I'll show you if it's still there, the infamous bump where all of our Agnes chips were jarred loose. But I doubt it's still there.
Continue on Wilson Drive for half a mile.
Shut up. Okay, so this is the famous Commodore Road, Wilson Drive, and I don't think the flagpole will still be there, but you'll see the sign in just a minute for QVC brands. Here on the corner, after we cross this light, it'll look familiar to history. So straight ahead, you'll see that big Q. That Q used to be the flag where the half-staff picture that Dave Haney took on the deathbed vigil. It's now QVC brands, QVC Studio Park. 1200 Wilson Drive. Here's the front entrance. It's QVC right there. That's the entrance to Commodore. I have to park team member entrance. There's your speed bump. Bye-bye, Agnes chips. North lot, all parking. So, as you can see here, based on the glare, I can't fly because it's restricted. Yay! So that shoots this whole thing in the butt. This is a bust because I am unable.
Continue on to Wilson Drive.
Shut up. So we're on our way to MOS Technologies, or what was MOS CBM Technologies. And I called my contact at QVC that I emailed. Backstory, I sent an email to the QVC tours because in 2019 they stopped the in-house tours. But I emailed and said that I am a former Commodore technician from the 90s, and I was interested in getting some footage of some certain hallways inside to kind of match up with Dave's deathbed vigil, if it was even the same, and just to get a picture slash video, some drone footage of the park. And they said okay. But due to the current coronavirus pandemic, I can't do that now. So that is why the 1200 Wilson Drive footage is so short, because of the stupid Rona. Thanks, Rona. So at least MOS is an abandoned facility, and I will be able to park in the parking lot and hopefully fly my drone and get some aerial footage, and we'll see what we can get perimeter wise. And I don't know about inside. I'm pretty sure she's all locked up tight.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Rittenhouse Road. Then the destination is on your left.
This is MOS Technologies right here. It was called GMT for a while. Yeah, so this is it. This is MOS Technologies. So here's the old MOS building.
The destination is on your left.
Thanks.
1008 Rittenhouse Road.
Here's MOS.
Arrived.
There's cars in the parking lot. I'm gonna pull right on it up. So this is MOS. It's all boarded up. Kids have not smashed the windows. It looks really run down. It's for sale if anybody's interested. GMT, Microelectronics, Integrated Circuit Manufacturing. They bought the building in, I don't know. Yeah, I know it closed in '95. So it's been sitting for some time. I can't get through that way. So we're turning on Adams Road here. Okay. It's the old manufacturing facility. So I know there's a state building here. That we'll see what we get. I'm gonna park with these cars so I can see here. I'm just gonna park here. And then we'll do a walk. This is in the middle of a business park. Oh my God, it's hot out here. Whew, I can't see, my glasses fogged up. So here we are at MOS Technologies. There's a state building there. And it's a business park. My glasses are still fogging up, I can't see anything. The building's pretty much dilapidated in pieces. Shouldn't have too much worry here. Some fencing work now. There was an EPA violation here years ago that forced, well, not, I don't know about forced, but two companies, Commodore Business Machines, all the doors are chained by the way, Commodore Business Machines, and I forget. do an EPA cleanup every once in a while. Here's the old dumpster. I'm gonna walk around the facility just to be on the public road. Doors are still shut. Somebody wrote some nice words on the second floor inside windows, so people have been getting inside. I don't know how, but oh my, it's hot out here. There's a hole in the roof up here that I guess I can walk the path. There's a hole in the roof up here that people have said it looks like a light is on, and I'm trying to find it. But certain times of the day, there's a light on. Well, it's not a light at all. It is a, what are all these things? Underground containers or elevators or whatever. Hope my battery holds. I don't normally. We're hiring. Okay, it's a sewer company. So we're coming to the front of the building. This is GMT Microelectronics, but it is MOS. It was MOS Technologies. CBM. Oh, God. Things everywhere. Big, like, squares. Here's the sign. It used to say MOS, no trespassing. Of course, we're just walking. Glass doors. Front entrance. Here we go. If you look up here, you can see the holes in the roof. It looks like lights are on at certain views. It's just that the roof is caved in multiple spots. You can see the windows up there. People have broken in. Dark. That's the inside of the lobby. Mirrored glass, can't really see anything except my fat gut. Continue to walk around the perimeter of the building. We have some supplies here from someone. Some shoes, some chemicals. You know, they're not factory. There's a bicycle. There's a, looks like cars stored here for new car or whatever. I don't know. Someone's bike. The back parking lot of MOS where you would drive in. Get in the actual parking lot. Building's in very poor shape. Bolt locks on all the doors. Walk the whole perimeter. Most of the windows have been broken out. There's no way that I can see inside the facility. Just some new car storage for some Mitsubishis. There's a busted door. And I know that's a township building for Valley Forge. And in case you're wondering, right over there, I believe, is where George Washington spent his winter at Valley Forge. That is where we're currently at. Looks like people tried to pry doors back to where we started. It's an abandoned business park. It's been abandoned for some time. Tanks. Chained doors. Not gonna find any 6502s lying on the ground, I'm sure, 35 years later. The doors are all chained up. Kids have tried to break into them numerous times, it looks like. Old loading dock. Old loading dock. That's about it. Some tanks. A lot of underground storage. Let's get the drone out and see if we can actually fly around here. Now, years ago, I believe in 2016, there was a video of some contractors cleaning out, and they actually pulled out 4 or 5 or even 6 Commodore pets, and they were coming out of that loading dock, or one of these right here, into a truck where a contractor was hired to clean up the area. So that's kind of neat. This building here is a township building where the local government, I don't know what they do there, but yep. Okay, so here we go, taking off with the drone. And we're gonna start a brief flyby. I'm getting a lot of interference with the drone. Something about excessive radio frequencies in the area. So, this is the back parking lot. Those concrete things you see there are part of the storage tanks for apparently chemicals used to make the chips. And as you can see here, as we get higher, the roof is totally trashed. And right there in the center, panning to the right-hand side of the screen, well, it just went off the screen, is a ramp. It looks like a dumpster used to be there. It's full of plastic, and that is apparently how you climb up on the roof. Right there where that gray stuff is near that chimney. You can climb up on that plastic stuff, shimmy up those vines, and get on the roof, and then there's a door open on the left main area where you can get inside the facility. But I'm not doing that. So here we are crossing over the back parking lot and the loading dock area. Now this part of the roof looks okay, but that part doesn't. And it looks like a couple of the chimneys or stacks or whatever it was fell down. So here is the far side of the facility. Probably office space underneath. See how the trees have grown up. Somebody's still cutting the grass, so a lot of puddling in the middle there. But you can see the center section is, there's a door open near that big puddle. It's cracked, so that's how you get in right here. But it's totally trashed. I don't know if there's anything left inside, and I'm not going to, venture up on the roof. Looks like a lot of the stuff has been, picked over, trashed. Kids get in there, spray paint, vandalize, party, whatever. There's a website I'll link in the description below that has the last kind of clean out. There were some contractors that went in and they pulled about 6 pet computers out of there, and there were some great high quality photographs of the inside. Now the majority of the manufacturing floor has been gutted. There's nothing in there. It's just concrete floor and support beams. There was one storage room. Right here is where you can get up. And that's where you climb up and you can go in that door straight ahead. As you can see, that looks like the smokestacks or some kind of manufacturing stacks or whatever were knocked over or fell over due to, lack of maintenance, some air conditioning units, just some general debris everywhere. It's kind of just trashed. It's been sitting since, I believe, 98. There's not really much left of the facility at all. And this is just the back parking lot past the loading dock. I don't even know if the lights still work or the power's on. There's a lot of metal debris all over the parking lot, and I don't know what it's from. Probably just pieces and bits and pieces of this facility. So you got to watch it even walking across. I got my feet tangled up several times just walking around on different pieces of metal and wire and bits, sharp things. So you got to be careful walking around. Now most of the storage tanks have been capped off, as you can see, and there's really not a lot left. So as you can see, I can't really do much at MOS. It's closed up pretty well. All the doors are chained. I'll drive through one more time. All of the doors are chained shut. You can see where people have tried to get in the facility numerous times, even up on the roof when I took the drone up there. There's just, you really can't do much. The parking lot's got a lot of metal in it, so you got to be careful driving through even. But this was MOS Semiconductors, or MOS Technologies, and evidently this is where our Amigas were, the chips were made, right here, Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. And I'm sorry that I can't get in, I can't find a way in, and I don't want to break the law. It says no trespassing private property. Years ago, this lock was opened when I looked at a previous video, but they're all bolted up, and kids have tried to pry the doors on some. That one doesn't have a lock, but you ain't getting in there without a key. I mean, people have been getting in there because I've seen graffiti and other things. Should grab myself a tile for a memory of MOS. I still don't know what that crap is. It'd be neat if it was full of 8372B Agnes chips. Yeah, but it ain't. It's too new. So that's an incredible piece of Commodore history that is pretty interesting to check out. Sometimes you can get a little glare of the building and the hole in the roof. Looks like a light is on. What could have been? So I'm sorry that I couldn't get in, and I'm sorry that 1200 Wilson was a bust in the drone footage, because I really wanted to get that, but when your DJI app says no because of an airport, that's about all you got. You can't do anything. I could have overridden it and not used the app, but I would have had to line of sight it, and I don't know if that would have worked very well. I'd have probably lost it. So that's the quick tour of the two facilities that used to be Commodore, and I'm gonna see if I can piece this together. I brought all sorts of cameras and drones and everything in anticipation of my QVC tour, but that turned out to be a bust. Thank you, Rona. But all in all, it's kind of still neat to see the two buildings. I can't drive around QVC because it is private property, and there are cameras everywhere. You think it would be Fort Knox, but it's a live TV studio. And yep. So we're getting back on Trooper Road, and I'm headed back to York County where I live. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a tour, and maybe I hope you learned something.